Skillful brushwork is certainly a requirement for successful uwa-nuri, but it is also important to take into account the idiosyncrasies of the urushi. The climate and weather have a large effect on urushi, and so careful control of the temperature and adjustment of the urushi are necessary to achieve the optimum finish. When the last stage on a piece is left as an unpolished coat of uwa-nuri, the finish is called nuritate or hana-nuri. The ability to avoid dust and brush marks is where the craftsman shows his skill. This technique gives a warm and soft finish. If the nuritate surface is sanded, urushi is rubbed in and polished. A deep luster with a feeling of translucency is achieved. This technique is called roiro. Charcoal made from Japanese wood oil and styrax trees is used for polishing. Its effectiveness as an abrasive is dependent on the hardness and closeness of the grain, and experience is necessary in selecting good charcoal. After polishing, kyurushi is rubbed in and dried, and then the polishing process is repeated. With each repetition, the surface becomes smoother. Tsuyaage is the process in which the finest remaining scratches are removed and the urushi surface resembles a still water surface. Gold and silver in the design also becomes more resplendent at this stage. When some form of coloration is added to the plain urushiware surface, a completely different kind of feel can be achieved. Makie and chinki are two such decorative techniques. Makie is the representative decorative urushi technique in Japan. The design is drawn in urushi with a brush. Before the urushi dries, gold powder is sprinkled on to create the design. Urushi is applied again to fix the design, and then it is polished. Within the field of makie, there are a number of fundamental techniques, including hiramakie, takamakie, and togidashi makie, which have a proud history of more than 1,000 years. The other thriving decorative technique alongside makie in Wajima is chinking. Chinking is a technique in which a chisel is used to carve designs into the urushi surface. Line carving and dot carving are the basic techniques, and depending on the shape of the chisel tip, a variety of effects can be achieved. Gold powder or gold foil is set into these grooves using urushi as an adhesive. When the excess gold powder and gold foil is wiped away, the design comes to life. Depending on the angle of the light, the effect of the carved areas is different, and the shades of the gold change very slightly. This kind of deep effect is peculiar to chinking and cannot be achieved with brushwork. It is often thought that the handling of urushiware is difficult, but with just a small amount of care and attention, it can be used without concern. Newly completed urushiware is comparatively soft and scratches easily, so care should be taken. After a year, the urushi becomes hard and hardens still further with every passing year. Storage in extremely dry areas should also be avoided. However, the greatest enemies of urushiware are long exposure to sunlight and microwave ovens. Almost all of urushiware is made of natural materials. Even after it has been disposed of, it contains no harmful materials, so is safe for both people and the environment. The more urushiware is used, the more its innate beauty comes through. If it is damaged, it can be repaired, so not only can it be used for a long time, it is something that can be considered a lifelong possession. Wajima-Nuri is the traditional craft of Noto. The original techniques of the craftsmen are still alive in the area today.